Peasant Chat, we talk to poor people today on every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. We talk to poor people. Today, we're going to talk about the fanboying that's happening with the S650. I've said that it's going to be a parts boom the moment S650 tuning becomes available. And sure enough, what you've started seeing is people that have had turbo kits installed and just waited for 2 whole fucking years for tuning, finally starting to get tuned. And the car is making exactly what we thought it would make, Gen 3 power. It's literally Gen 3 with 2 throttle bodies, a different nose, and a couple different things. But people are acting like this is a completely new platform, completely new stuff. And I think to myself, this is great for parts companies. I've said that when tuning becomes available, injectors are going to get sold, fuel systems are going to get sold, turbo kits, centrifugal superchargers, Vortec. I'm blown away that Vortec and Paxton have not already had kits ready, whereas ProCharger kind of already has gotten started. And then turbo kits, fuel systems, cams. I still think cams, you shouldn't touch the cams for a long time. But they're acting as if this is like a brand new thing, like a brand new platform. People coming out of the woodwork that never tuned Gen 1, 2, or 3, all of a sudden tuned Gen 4, and all of a sudden they're like experts on it, and I'm just like, no problem. It's just a matter of the dust settling, and I think you're going to see the fanboy stuff slow down, and we're going to be back to the regular scheduled programming of, you know, picking and choosing the people that are best for you. The pie is huge, but I actually encourage people to get tuned elsewhere, because then you see what you're up against, and you're like, oh yeah, the ghosting, the not figuring things out. Once cars start hitting the track, transmission shifting, smoothness, reply times, and quality, I think that's going to be what separates, because the tuning at the end of the day, everyone is starting on an even playing field, and it's how you take care of the customer, reply times, volume, and actually having the vehicle and racing it and doing stuff is going to be what separates you from the rest. So I think the pie is huge, but I think the fanboy stuff is here, and it's just, you're just going to have to wait for the dust to settle. This happened with the GT500. This happened with Gen 3, and now it's happening with Gen 4. We'll talk about that. Also, we'll talk about the ZR1. To me, is insanely impressive, but some people are making the case that it's a dud. And I'm like, wait a minute, how is it a dud? I think they're going by the price, but I'm not one of those guys that think it's a dud. I think it is a fantastically powerful vehicle. ZR1X coming out is going to be interesting. We'll talk about Street Speed's video where he went 170 miles an hour in one of those Pocono roll races. And I'm just like, it's a stock car on pump gas. Again, it's a stock car on pump gas. You gotta love it. We'll talk about that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hey, it does suck. It absolutely sucks. You know what does not suck though? PMAS, Big Jen's and PMAS. I'm hoping he comes out with something like a tube or something for the S650. I just want to see him sell parts. I don't really care about the tuning because there is no tuning. It's all speed density shit on 24 and up Mustang. But if you have a Gen 1, 2, or 3 or a swap, you're going to get yourself a PMAS cold air or a sensor if you're making that kind of power. DNAPhones.com. You're going to get your PMAS cold air. You're going to get your 400 basic fuel system. You're going to get your 4-star wheels. You're going to get your on 5 times twin turbo kits, Whipple kits, whatever. I'm just happy to see other power adders being put on this car instead of Whipple shit non-stop. Didn't have performance. YDBT, check out partsm.com. I got him looking for a 19 and up ZL11 Elite to see if there's anything rollers out there so we can catch another Infinity Stone of swaps. Partsm.com. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, used parts. Check them out. 2 Auto Solution, Rami Zaidan, 2 Auto Solution, supports the Ameren, supports YDBT, has been a member forever. Gets some of the fastest cars in Puerto Rico. He's messing with the S650 stuff, so it'll be interesting what happens in Puerto Rico. And Belak Industries, if you want to let everyone know you sell drugs, you get yourself a set of Belak wheels. I think they have some kind of like, I don't know, discount stuff going on, so check them out. Belak has some kind of discount stuff, so the drug dealers can save a few bucks and maybe flip some bricks and, get the work in, dilute it down and cut it up. Call it blue magic, call it white shit. I don't give a fuck what you call it. Just don't call it blue magic. Joe Let's get the Patreon stuff in there. Patreon, richprince.com/YDBT. You're going to get shirts if you want to support the show. You're going to get hats. You're going to get a Section 8 shirt, which is the most popular shirt because the logo is in the back. Dolo, YDBT Amory curved and a mesh. We got Section 8 sweaters, Hush Money sweaters and shirts, YDBT vertical, Save the Manuals, Gen 1 Mustang, Gen 2 Mustang, Gen 3 Mustang, GT350, 85 to 86, okay? And then we also have a 87 to 93 Aero and GT. So Aero and GT. Let's get the red one. Where's the red? Yeah, that's the best one right there, in my opinion. Aero and GT. So yeah, if you want to help out and get yourself a shirt, 1320 Didios, all the stuff. It's good shit. Let's say hi to the people here. We'll talk some shit on what's happening out there in the industry because this is the regulator chat. We need to bring people down to reality. Also, the ZR1 video on Instagram crested 1 million views, proving that you cannot make a dime on Instagram because the earnings are absolutely zero. But it's good to funnel people in. So if you're new to the chat and you saw this chat and show and channel and Patreon because of the Instagram reel, welcome to you. Mind if I 40, Garage Bill Coyote, B. Lavesh, Z33, Kemzilla, 50 Stallion, Garage Bill Coyote again, John Bonanno, Wesley Stewart, 50 Coyote Kelly, Joe Jackson, Clint Stroke, Rocky Rock, Paul Sachs, Zach Anderson, Paul Sachs again. Turvey's hot sister, she is hot. I wish Turvey would hook me up with the digits, but she is a nurse and she likes to travel. So for the streets, JD Swag, Joe Swish, 508 Josh, JMCG, Angel Espinal, SK Productions, Bryson Witt with all of the links, Savon Martiner, WKRP Cincinnati in 37, Joshua Judd, and Mini Bad Banner, Craig G, John Jones, Andy Ali, Sam 50, what's up, brother? I think you have a S650 Mustang. No, you don't. Oh, maybe you do. I don't know. I forget. F-150, Joseph Roman a couple of times. Kickflip, Yogan, Rooster, Gregory Ovich, Alfredo Diaz, Alberto Frosty, Brian, JD Swag, 66, EPA, and all the usual suspects. Someone got a super chat in there. Says, good morning. Valley 10 Speed, when are you going to start building your car to make it over on TX2K? That's going to be interesting. I would love to see your car at TX2K. See, Valley 10 Speed is the guy that was treated so badly by ESS that it made me go, man, that's kind of fucked up how ESS did him dirty. So I said, you should get yourself a twin turbo kit. And then ESS took about 3 years to develop an F-150 kit. I literally bought an F-150 to develop something like that, a turbo kit or that. They just take too long. And the way they treated Valley 10 Speed, I didn't appreciate. And I think that's why they got salty and started removing people from lists. Look, again, nobody tunes faster cars than Lund Racing. So whether we're on a list or not, at the end of the day, if you want your car to go fast, you're going to get the best tuning regardless of who put you on a list or not. But the way they treated Valley 10 Speed to me was absolutely diabolical. Like, you want the screenshots? It's going to be interesting if you guys really want to talk that shit and you're about that energy. I got the screenshots. And it's not a good look. So, yeah, before you go out there and make it public that you removed from something, be careful. There are screenshots that prove why we don't fucks with certain people. So, but again, you want the fastest tuning? I still recommend some stuff. If you want to get that, I guarantee the best tuning is going to be handled by Lund Racing. So, the S650 to me is people that have short-term memory loss. Don't remember this crazy thing happened in Gen 3. Everyone wanted to be the first with S6, the first 10 speed, because it was the first year of 10 speed in 2018, Gen 3, and direct injection. And what happened? Remember when direct injection, everyone thought you were going to make 1,000 horsepower on pump gas? What the fuck happened there? Remember high pressure fuel pumps? Remember all these upgrades that people thought were going to take over and nothing mattered more than the port injection? Just like I told you, it did not matter. People thought, oh, direct injection is better in 87. Where's that guy going 7s with direct injection and 87 octane? Nowhere. Shut up. So that is what happened on Gen 3. I remember all that stuff. Then you started seeing that the 10R80 was decent on a roll. Not great in drag racing. We started launching in second gear, and magically everybody else started launching in second gear because you have people like Manuel and those people that are willing to push the platform to the end of the earth. So I think this is just going to be a rehash of that. What you're going to see is a rehash of the boom that happened in the parts game. But again, the Gen 3 parts fit the Gen 2 parts. What's the difference between Gen 3 and the Gen 3 parts fit the Gen 4 parts? So what are you going to have? The same supercharger kit, except with a Y pipe that goes to the throttle bodies. The same turbo kit, instead of going to the single throttle body, there's like a Y pipe that goes. So everything fits in a similar spot. Everything is familiar. K members will fit. Rear suspension. So it'll be like S650 K members, which is an S550 K member. Maybe there's a revision or two, but at the end of the day, it's not that different. So there's going to be a boom, like a crazy boom that people are going to try to capitalize. And it's all about money. It's all about who can make as much money as soon as possible. So you're going to see people say they support every platform before it's even out. Hey, 24 F-150 tuning became available 2 days ago. We got tunes for it. How? Did you drive it? Did you drive it for a week? Did you tune it? Did you refine the transmission calibration to your liking? Or is it spark advance, allowable torque, shift schedule, RPM raise, and maybe a couple of other things? Force drag, like, what are you doing? Are you actually tuning it, or are you just cookie cutter, copy pasting what you did on Gen 3 and you're doing it on Gen 4? Wait a minute, wait. So the same thing you did on Gen 3, you're doing on Gen 4, and then you make fun of Lund for copy paste tunes. Pretty crazy when John is literally driving the car everywhere, all over the place, refining the shifting, and his main focus right now is how it shifts, how he wants it to shift, how smooth it is. And then once people start pushing it at the track stuff will come. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up with super vetted files, and it'll be something that it'll be familiar to people that like Lund, the Lund racing model. It'll be real familiar. But everyone else is just out there trying to get some money. Let's be honest. They're just trying to get some money, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong. I'm a capitalist. I get it. But you got to understand what you're getting into. Now, some people are trying to think that this thing is different than Gen 3. So I'm like interested how people just show up out of nowhere, out of the ether. And they're like, oh yeah, we tune these all the time. Well, if I look back, I don't see any Gen 1 tuning, Gen 2 tuning, Gen 3 tuning, swap Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 tuning from these companies. It's like S650 is out, let's capitalize on that. So there's no lineage, there's no history. If you're going to tend to dominate S650, why didn't you dominate Gen 3, Gen 2, Gen 1? Why didn't you dominate Gen 3, Gen 2, Gen 1? And what's going to be different about the tuning on S650 than S550? Well, at the end of the day, I've always told you guys that what you're going to pay for, specifically at Lund Racing, is the concierge service that we provide. Junior makes a file. I send it, I refine it based on your needs. Then I am your concierge service to meet your goals with this vehicle pretty much forever. Like that's tuning in a nutshell, as opposed to who is the first to do this, because that only lasts so long and you can only capitalize on that first to something for a short period of time. But a lot of people think that's the way they're going to make a quick buck. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. So we'll talk about that. So street speed, 717. So he ended up taking his ZR1 to a Pocono event. And I forget the name, but the guy that I bought the ZR1 from, I think runs this event. And I forget the name, I'm sorry. But it is a roll racing event in the Poconos, I think, at a NASCAR oval style track. And one of the more interesting videos that I saw is his roll race against a C6, looks to be a Z06. And I looked at the speedo and I'm like, that is in miles an hour. That is not in kilometers an hour. So it's really interesting to see how good the acceleration is on the ZR1. So we'll check that out.
Oh boy! Little spin! Whoa!
So he went 170 miles an hour. This thing, again, you really need to bring this into context. This is a pump gas car, factory, twin turbo, 170 on a roll. So this is a 4-second, he supposedly recorded a 4-second 60 to 130. He recorded it with a draggy right here, 4.88. And I think he did a 4.7 a little later on where he did not spin, 475. And, you know, it's getting a lot of hate. Not him specifically, but the car. So the people that despise Teslas are all of a sudden putting it up against a Tesla. And I went, wait a minute.
9.8.
You hate Tesla. Why all of a sudden are you? It's because now there's something to rail against. You know, if you hate this car, if you support another platform, say a BMW, right, and you hate the ZR1 boys, you're going to say, well, it's not faster than a Tesla. Well, neither are most BMWs. Like in factory form, if you think that the ZR1 is not special, well, neither are any other car. So this is the best thing about this video, in my opinion. Brooks, drag times, check him out. I want to make sure he gets credit. I'm not trying to poach his shit. So it is Orlando Speed World. It is 97 degrees, track temp probably 1,000. The electric car doesn't give a fuck. The electric car doesn't care what DA it is. The electric car actually goes, I don't care. But the twin turbo pump gas car does. So obviously the Tesla wrecks the ZR1. So Tesla goes 928, 924, and the ZR1 goes 986. That, look, you're not making that up. He even gave him a jump and he beat him at the end. So at the end of the day, to compare this to an electric car that's $50,000 is a little silly if you hate electric cars. But if you're trying to find the boogeyman, right? If you're trying to find the boogeyman, then the Tesla is it. If you hate the ZR1, I don't hate the ZR1, but I'm not riding the ZR1. It is what we thought they were. The ZR1 being a 4-second capable, and in the winter time, 50, 60, 70 degree, not 90 plus. Holy shit, come on, really? This thing is going to run 950, maybe 940 in rear wheel drive form. That is blazing fast for a car with a warranty, 4 seconds, 60 to 130. So people are now saying, well, it's supposed to run that. I'm like, well, not really. I mean, not really. A pump gas car, American made, and the retail price, again, forget the markup. The markup to me does not matter. The retail price, what Chevy, GM thought it should be paid for, was in the 200,000 range. Now, if you're going to put it up against a Model S Plaid, then whatever platform you have that you are railing against the ZR1 on should be better than the Model S Plaid. It's not. Shut the fuck up. That's the way I look at it. But people need a reason to hate, and the boogeyman is always going to be the Model S Plaid. But we're talking gas vehicles. It's tough to beat the hype that the ZR1 has. Now, they haven't posted a Nürburgring time, and I think it's not because they didn't beat the GTD. I think it's because they were very close to the overall record with the ZR1X, which is the all-wheel drive variant. If you've been on this chat, you have heard me scream from the rooftops that the E-Ray is the one to get. The E-Ray, the 10-second NA with hybrid, that's the one to get. It's under $100,000. In 2 years, it'll be under 90, under 80. It'll be reasonable. It'll be a 10-second car. Tuning will be probably pretty vetted by then. The E-Ray is the one to get because I think you can build a mid to low 9-second all-wheel drive car that can go up against the ZR1 and ZR1X, and you still save $200,000 based on crazy markup stuff. So E-Ray to me is the king. If you're going to do new car stuff, if you're going to build a new car, I think you should do the E-Ray. Now the ZR1X, depending on tuning, depending on what they're going to do to open it up, that's the one to look out for, the all-wheel drive version. You're going to start seeing ZR1Xs or built E-Rays at no prep events, and it's gonna be a little iffy seeing these things get down on like street tires, and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe that my fully built big wing Ronnie Coleman weights in the back of a ladder is barely beating a brand new car with pump gas and all-wheel drive. But I still think the E-Ray is the best one to buy out of all. We'll talk about it. Goofy S650 stuff going on out there, but it's good for the parts game. I'm happy for the parts people that are making money, but the tuning eventually is going to all the dust is going to settle, and you're going to be like, the way they acted on Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 is the way they're going to act on Gen 4. Nothing is going to change that just because a new platform came out. It's just a money infusion initially to get you by, maybe pay a couple of things that you owe and maybe some shop equipment. But at the end of the day, the way you've been acting on Gen 1, 2, 3 swaps and Gen 1, 2, 3, 4 truck is going to be how you're going to act on X650. So that's just, again, the Lunds didn't need the S650. I was so fucking busy, just me, that the S650 is actually going to be an issue. And now that the 24 F150 is tuning, is available, it's going to be yet another issue, adding 2 more platforms to our plate. It's just going to be a little on the stressful side. Let's be honest. Whipple Nuts runs 858. I don't know what he's saying. Plaid goes 924. That's what got me though. I was like, don't those run mid 940s? Yeah. So the 9.2 on that Plaid, I think it's like a performance package Plaid or something like that. The fact that it's that quick, it's pretty interesting. Crazy part of the video news is that the twin turbo Audi V8, don't know what you're talking about. The 01 makes the GTD look pathetic. A lot of people that never gave a shit about Schleckenberg all of a sudden need to hang their hat on Schleckenberg. Well, it didn't beat the GTD. No, you don't understand. Chevy put out a video of the 01 in the Nürburgring. Chevy GM would not put out a video touting the car at the track if it was slower than a GTD. You understand, guys? My theory is that it beat the GTD so bad that they thought, let's stay up here and get the overall record. GTD being 652, whatever. And if the 01 did it like in 640, they're like, can we squeeze a 630 out of it? And if they did it already a 630, they're probably like, can we squeeze a 620 out of it in production car trim? So I think they haven't aired anything because they're not going after GTD. The GTD is not the 01's competition. And look, if you bought a GTD and you have the nerve to put ZR1 killer on your GTD, boy, you're not even a centrifugal 10R killer. 10R Sentry killer, you ain't. You put a Vortec, a Paxton, a Pro Charger, or even an ESS on a 10R80 car at 14 or 15 pounds of boost. You ain't got shit for it, GTD. Now, one thing that's interesting is 24 Mustang tuning being available make the GTD tunable, or because it's a Predator motor, it's already tunable? I don't know. That'll be a very interesting question if someone dares to pulley down, overdrive, and tune the GTD because it's a GT500. Let's be honest. Good morning, says Black Cat. Boogeyman is no longer the ESS 10R Mustang. Centrifugal. Let's say that. Centrifugal 14, 15 PSI. 14, 15 PSI, 10RD. And why do I say centrifugal? Well, you guys started some bullshit, so guess what? I'm going to follow up. You think I don't fucking notice? Of course I'm going to follow up. I'm not going to mention certain things on this chat, and we'll see where things fall. But any centrifugal, whether it's a Vortec JTB, a Paxton 2200 SL, a Pro Charger, whatever the fuck, if you don't care about your crank, any 10 or 80 centrifugal car is pretty deadly. Resonator deleter. Sounds like 90% of the aftermarket is copy-paste from Gen 2 S550. AJ says, 01 set track records all over the USA. It's faster track car than the GTD regardless of Schleckenberg time. Spectators have been revealing unofficial low 640 times with their stop watches. And you know, there's fans of this. There's fans that go to Schleckenberg land and we're like, let's see what this thing is doing. And they're, you know, it's like people that do the box score with baseball. You know, they want to go to the game and they have a complete record of what happened during the game. Some people are psychotic and they do the complete everything, like strikes, K backwards for looking and da-da-da-da. They do the same thing with Schleckenberg stuff or Sebring stuff. So if the ZR1 all over all the tracks in the US have been faster than most and setting records everywhere, what the fuck makes you think the GTD is competition for the ZR1? Please stop the craziness. The GTD is over 4,000 pounds and it is over 200 horsepower less than the ZR1. They finally moved the trans to the back and they think they got something new. What's your thoughts on the Turbo 400 swapping to a 10R80 car? Luis de Luna. Oh, that brings up, that brings up something that I forgot about. So one of the best things that happen in this industry is you say something that later you have to take back. Luckily, I've been pretty good about telling the future and based on just trends. I just pay attention. Sometimes I have inside baseball information, let's be honest, but paying attention to trends is very, very important when it comes to predicting and being entertaining and being someone that is an authority on this specific subject matter. So if you say something about tuning or tuners that dislike, okay, so I started saying that certain transmissions are bad. And if you're racing, I wouldn't opt for a 10R80, right? If you're going to live in the 850 range, I wouldn't opt in for a 10R80 because I know I'll have to go through two of them if I race a lot during the summer. Let's say one season, right? Let's say you live in the Northeast and your season is between March and November. So you have about 6 months of racing to do. If you race semi-regularly, let's say 8 times, that means let's say you do an event, let's say you do 3 events. That means you show up for test and tune, you show up for qualifying, and let's say you make it through eliminations. When you go home, that bitch is going to flare. Then you drive it a little more, and it's going to start shifting normally again. And okay, let me go to another event. And then in that event, during the test and tune, it's acting kind of wonky. Okay, so then you're like, after the event's over, whatever happens, you're like, it needs a refresh. There's material in the fluid. Let's do a refresh. Boom, clutches, $5,000. So then you go to another track, and then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 events later, clutches again. So people go, okay, if a whole season costs me 2 rebuilds, then I'll just build a Reed Case 400 with billet internals and rebuild it once every 2 seasons. Okay, so because you're into racing. But if you highly touted the 10R80 and said that, certain reasons that this doesn't work is not because of the 10R80's fault is another thing, and then you end up with a 400 in your car. Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Chevy needs to bring back the Camaro and E-Ray version. Dude, please stop. Do S650 EcoBoost stop? With the map sensor in the manifold, is methanol injection now a good idea? Okay. Methanol injection, in my opinion, was only decent on cars that had an IAT2 sensor. Why is that? The computer needs to see something happening in the manifold to be able to compensate for that. So ZR1s have a IAT2 sensor. They have an IAT1 and IAT2. They had manifold charge temp. If you have a boosted Mustang, you have IAT2 or you have a relocated IAT sensor in the manifold. So I would say, okay, centrifugals, generally, the IAT was in the MAF sensor still. So in order to break out the harness, drill and tap the manifold, that's the only way you would do IAT2. And Carlos Vergara, Valley 10-Speed, was the first to do that. He was having IAT2 issues or IAT issues because the blower was basically measuring IAT at the MAF sensor. And if he was spraying meth, there is no sensor after the MAF sensor. So he broke it out, put meth in there, and then we played with nozzle sizes. On the tuning side of things, didn't need much. He sprayed enough to show a pressure, a temp drop, and it ended up working. So any boosted Mustang that had an IAT2 sensor or a relocated IAT sensor into the manifold, you could use meth. It's not specific to the S650. Now, F-150 truck, same thing. It already has a map sensor. It already has speed density. You can see manifold charge temps drop because it had that. So that's Gen 2, 3, 4 F-150. Any generation Mustang that had an IAT2 or blower setup can do that. So the S650 wasn't special in that case because it's stock, just like F-150. You can try meth. But honestly, intercooling should be prioritized. A lot of people, get a tiny intercooler like a ProCharger Stage 1 or even a Stage 2, but if you're boosting over 14, it's going to get hot. ProCharger, for whatever reason, runs on the hotter side. Paxton's run pretty good. Vortex run pretty good because it's the same thing, in my opinion, intercooler-wise. So if you want to spray meth on a high boosted application Sentry, you would have to relocate your IAT2 or IAT sensor, breakout harness, brass, drill tap in the back of the manifold, and have temperature drop so the computer sees a temp drop and it's happy. Funny thing is, even if the Z01 stomped the GT into the dirt at the ring, the GT guy is going to be coped with like, oh, it must be a ringer, it ain't stock. Look, I'm not a Mustang fan anymore. I am a Coyote fan. And the video of the ZR1 made me realize that there are people that are more likely to gravitate towards an engine than a car, right? So the Coyote came in F-150s and Mustangs. So the whole crowd killer argument goes away because, how do you know it's not an F-150 motor? So the fact that I ended up putting the Coyote in the ZR1, some people made crashing in a crowd jokes, but others, I would say 75% of the people that saw that reel were like, I don't know, I'm probably interested to see how it's going to do because the new ZR1 has a 5.5 liter dual overhead cam motor that's twin turbo. So I'm going to put in a 5 liter dual overhead cam motor, twin turbo in the front. So it's not unheard of. Eco, we tune, who cares? My stock S650 with a few poles at 80-degree weather is seeing oil temps in the 240. Is it normal? If it's stock and your oil temps are high, welcome to normal shit. Of course it's not. 240 is a little on the high side. So you might want to lower, now that tuning is available, you can get a lower temperature thermostat, have the fans kick on a little quicker because normal temps for a Mustang are like 210 to 220. Eco is not racing. Yeah, exactly. I don't care about EcoBoost. EcoBoost, I'm not even going to mention EcoBoost. You don't like S650 because Ford Whipple took away tuning and sent out one tune only for everyone. The problem was it wasn't safe in my opinion. And again, it's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. You don't like it? Fight me. Fuck you. So people were going 8s on a 55-pound injector, and people that I thought were looking out for your best interest, were saying silly shit. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Put E30 in it. E30? So stress out the fuel system a little more for a little bit of cooling benefit to run 8s at 0.83 lambda, 20 degrees and 8,000 RPM shifts. I was like, just wait for tuning, guys. Now that tuning is here, you can shove an ID 1300, a return style fuel system, boost it to whatever the fuck you want, not have pressure drop, have AFRB at the proper, I'm not going to look it up in AI. Go ahead, AI tune your car. AI is going to go, what's the plugs look like? And you're like, why are you asking about plugs? What's the time frame on tunes for Turbo 400 swap S650? Building for the long run, drag racing only. Get a Gen 3, unless you already have a Gen 4. You really want to build a Turbo 400 Gen 4 when it's all figured out on Gen 3? Probably not long. Probably a month or two. Alex is cool with the Eco Gang. Fuck no, I'm not. What are you saying, Paul? Sorry, I'm late. Working. You got it, brother. Alex is basically making his version of the new ZR1, if you think about it. I was Coyote swapping this car last year before. We all knew the dual overhead cam stuff was going to end up in the ZR1, right? But I didn't do it for that reason. Today, I'm releasing a video at about 5 p.m. outlining why I Coyote swap the ZR1. And it honestly comes down to the aftermarket intercooling support and price. Familiarity with the platform, the Coyote, intercooling that's available for the Ford side, superior, way superior, and price. It's cheaper for me, who has access to Coyote stuff left and right, to Coyote swap everything than to go back with LS9 stuff. Does the second gen Coyote have a weakness, like how Hemi have lifter issues? Says Lunch Tuning. No, in my opinion, the goated platform of all platforms is Gen 2. Tri-core computer, great RPM, tuning is easy, no DI bullshit to deal with. When you are racing, the DI becomes a problem. When you are racing at high horsepower, 900 is not high, 1200 is not high. I'm talking big boy horsepower. The DI becomes a problem. So on Gen 2, it's not even there. It's not even present. It's just like, meh. So big injector, 11-to-1 compression I think is favorable because you have a bigger tuning window. 12-to-1 compression is fine if you want to make good power on low boost. Gen 3s were making 1,000 horsepower twin turbo stuff with like barely any boost. So it's not out of the realm of like people that are saying big numbers out of an S650, exactly the same as Gen 3. Like exactly the same. There was a rumor that they hurt the motor on a hot lap and don't want to pay the $150K for the track again. I'm not a fan of pump gas, to be honest with you. It would be interesting if Chevy is starting to see issues with pump gas. But when you look at engineering explained videos on the Z01, he went back to back, like fast 60 to 130 or whatever times, or 50 to 150, whatever he measured. He's like, dude, it's the same. So I don't think it's that. I think it's just a matter of renting the track, weather. The weather over there fucking sucks. I am blown away that almost every other Nürburgring video that I see, there's an insane amount of traffic. So you're in there with a bunch of goons. You're in there with a bunch of squids and people with their Golf R and their BMW and this and that. And if you're like trying to get an ET, you're going to get stuck behind somebody or it rains. And I'm like, I'm good. Dodge going to have a Hellcat powered RCSP coming out. Hopefully it comes true. I think it'd be good. I think it would be a la the V10 Viper truck, which came in RCSP and quad cab. I think it would be great to see a Dodge with an Ram 1500 with a 8 HP 90 behind it and a Hellcat motor. I think it'd be cool. Will it compete against Fords? Well, if you look at Rip-a-Tuned, because he's the only one that seems to be really, I'm not going to say the only one. I'm sorry, because I know there's like a beef between him and a couple other guys, but the most visual is his stuff. And there is a TRX that he has, or one of his customers has, and it's in the 9s. The problem is the F-150 has been 8s in rear-wheel drive trim all the way back in 2018. So you're dealing with a lighter, smaller motor, better for boost Coyote that can go 8s in the platform that the engine came in. It's going to be tough to compete against the F-150 Coyote game. You're already heavier. The motor's heavier. The Coyote is figured the fuck out. There are daylight kits, midnight kits, on-3 kits, Pro Charger, Whipple, Odin, Magnuson, Roush. It's really robust. So if you want variety and options, the F-150 is probably where it's at. If you just want the Dodge guys to come back to play and make a RCSB version, I think it'll be good. So on X or Twitter, whatever, one guy sent me a screenshot of a guy talking about it, and actually the screenshot looked pretty good. Let me see if I can pause it. I can't. Damn. I hate his intro. His intro's terrible. It's like the beat's not right. The beat's weird. I'm trying to pause it right when I can't. Shit. I wish I had the screenshot. So the problem is this guy just talks. He doesn't, same as me, but I show some stuff. See if he edited anything in. No, he just talked the whole fucking time. I can't believe it. Dude, he just talked the whole time? He didn't show a screenshot of what it could look like?
Is in such, but whatever the Ram thing.
Oh, man.
Now.
Anyway, he says SRT short cab street truck. So if you look at this video, I was hoping he'd show a picture or something, but it says SRT Ram short cab street truck. I think would be cool if SRT did that. And we talked about it on this chat. We said, hey, if there is a RCSB version with a Hellcat motor so that you can be trifling 20, because they're trifling. Because where is it? Where is it?
Cause I'm trifling. 40 Glock on my nightstand.
40 Glock in your nightstand.
Cause I'm trifling. 40 Glock in my nightstand. Roll up his backwood before he put that pipe in. Bitch, I'm busting jugs in the Hellcat.
If you're able to do that, you'll bring a lot of people back to that game. A big pushrod V8 supercharged in the lightest chassis truck shit possible. Troqueando. All the Mexicans will love it. Joseph Roman says, ZR1 specifically heard of Valve. That's what the rumor was. Whether that's true or not, I have zero idea. Gabe says, Theo, I want a new timing kit for the Mustang since it's getting boosted in the future. It has almost 100,000 miles. I'm going to keep the boost below 10 PSI. Thoughts on the aftermarket timing kit versus Ford kit? Ford kit, no aftermarket stuff at all. Maniac says, Alex, the new edge swap is running awesome after the exhaust leak was fixed. Amazing how an issue gets resolved when a mechanical issue is resolved. Coyote swapped the world. Hey, trims are leaking. I'm not going to chase the tuning. Now, let's talk about something that the general audience probably didn't know. You can fix a fuel trim issue in the tune by hacking the math. So let's say, for instance, you have a vacuum leak downstream and it's 15% lean, and your tuner goes, hey, it's 15% lean. I think you should look for leaks. Now, why would the tuner opt for the person to check it mechanically? Because he has done 800 of this combo and he knows yours is out of spec. But Facebook and the fucking retards that live on Facebook will say, your tuner's just being lazy. So then you have the data log reviewed by somebody else. Some guy like this. Oh, I'd love to take a look at your data log. I would love to look at your data log if you could. I'd love to look at your data log and see if we can help you out. And then the tuner goes, let me just add 15% to the math. Magic! That's running much better. And then one day you're in the engine bay, right? After you got tuned by someone else. And you're like, one of these hoses has a kink in it and it's sucking in air. Oh, let me replace that. Boom. Oh, check engine light. Let me check the codes. O2 signal stuck rich. Oh, fuck. Lund was right. Shit. You fixed the vacuum leak. And the other guy hacked it and added 15% to say, thanks for the money. See ya. Stupid. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you can fix a mechanical issue in a tune if you're willing to hack your way around it and not fix mechanical issues. Are Dodge trucks still running steel body panels? No idea. Parker, that whip will have a little rotor rub. Stop it. What's up, Josh Parker? Josh Parker in the house. Savar Marner says, if they have a red limiter on it and are banging off the limiter, it'll explode the OPG. I'm running 10 to 12 pounds on his blower, 110 millimeter, and have stock OPGs. And I had a stock O-pump gear on my white car, and that thing supposedly is still running. D-Rock says, have you heard about the brake issue in the C8 Corvette? None. Zero brake issue I've heard of. Zero. Leaks coming from the damn sound tube. Exactly. Peasants, if any of you are guys are local to Tampa, I'm pulling my 3-liter Whipple and 4 Innovations fuel systems to sell. I also have a 10R80 rebuildable core, new OEM valve body. Holler if you're looking. Hit up Parker if you're in the Tampa area. Lunch says, I've always seen people say that oil pump gears on the Coyote are basically made of soggy biscuits. Some say it's a must to replace them. It is not a must to replace them. Ask yourself this. Does Roush replace them? When you buy a Lebanon Ford or an FP700 kit from a dealership, do they have oil pump gears in it? Aftermarket oil pump gears in it? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now again, I guarantee parts companies are going to start making specific S650 parts that are exactly the same as Gen 3. Now available. S650 oil pump gears. Now in stock. S650 crank sprocket. And you're like, hey, it's the same part number. With ported 18 plus manifold on a 24, worth it to port the 18 manifold on a 24 from 50 with bolt-ons. Any 18 manifold is worth it on a truck. Again, you are changing the power curve. You are taking, look at a dyno graph. You see where power peaks and where torque peaks on a stock F-150. So when you put an 18 manifold, 18 Mustang, 18 and up Mustang manifold on it, you move that peak to the right later. So it's worth more mile an hour. It's worth more horsepower, but less torque at a lower RPM. So that's the best way I could put it. Facebook tuners look for people who call their garage a stable and are obviously oblivious to everything. Yeah, if you say Stang, you're probably perfectly suited to get a tune by a Facebook tuner. Again, Lund Racing is not on Facebook. We are too busy to be on Facebook. Oh, this thing is gonna fucking, this thing is looking up. to crash. Just crash already so I can just move on with my life. If you stay off the limiter, OPGs will be okay. Gen 2 manual, what's the ideal street daily setup to whoop ass on the average fast street car? I don't even know what the fuck you're saying. Set a goal. Set a goal. What is your goal? To whoop ass on the average fast street car? That's not a goal. What is the average fast street car in your neck of the woods? Where do you live? How fast are the guys in your area? Average fast street car is relative because in Miami, an average fast street car is a Lambo. It's a Bugatti. It's a Ferrari. It's a McLaren. What's an average fast street car in your neck of the woods? A Camaro? Your questions have to be so specific. Alex, I want to run 460 to 130. Alex, I want to run 560 to 130. Alex, I want to run 960 to 130 NA. Alex, I want to know what's the best setup for your I don't know how fast the cars in your area. If you live in Houston, the freaking trucks are faster than most cars in Florida. So you really need to be extremely specific on this chat. This isn't one of those chats that's like, whoa, how about I want to open up a can of whoop ass on the Mustang is in the stable. We don't do that here. We don't do that. I always tell people that if you got a two-step, a watt box, or have a manual transmission, OPGs are a must. Whoa. What? Why? Why, if you have a manual transmission, should you get oil pump gears? I love you, Parker. Oh, man. Winner gets my ass says, hey, Emery, is it normal for drivability to get wonky without an AC belt or supercharged Gen 1? Thanks in advance. No, absolutely not. Oil pump gears are the biggest scam for NA guys. Didn't we find a 200,000 mile RS2 with a stock engine and Patreon chat? Patreon. No, exactly. Roush, FP700s, Lebanon Performance, Whipple cars, they don't have oil pump gears. Park Performance, what is fuel system is this on? I just Googled it and they have a recall on the electronic brakes in the C8 Corvette. I did not think about it. I did not hear about it. So I know that Ford set a record for recalls in 6 months in 2025. So let me type in Ford sets record for recalls 2025. Yes. Ford sets recall record and 2025 is only halfway done. Okay? Because you guys talk all this stuff. And Ford is the worst company to buy a car from right now. Sorry. Ford sets yearly recall record and 2025 is only halfway done. Ford holds the ignominious distinction of topping the U.S. automotive recall list for the first half of 2025 and by a substantial margin. As covered by our sister publication, Ford Authority, the Blue Oval has issued a staggering 82 recalls through just the first 6 months of the year. Per public data released by the National Highway Traffic Administration of last June, that figure exceeds the next highest manufacturer, Forest River, which issued 19 recalls by the same period. By comparison, major OEMs like Volkswagen Group, Chrysler each reported 15 recalls, followed closely by Mercedes-Benz with 13 and Honda with 12. General Motors issued 15 recalls so far during the 2025 calendar year. Ford has issued 82 recalls in 2025. Ford is the worst company to buy a car from. Now, this clip, that reminded me of this clip. Farley, China. Okay, Farley in China. Let me see. There's an interview where he is sitting with this guy saying, here we go. This is it. Listen to this ridiculously stupid son of a bitch.
Humbling thing I've ever seen. 70% of all EVs in the world are made in China. They have far superior in-vehicle technology. Huawei and Xiaomi are in every car. They have facial recognition.
Cell phone technology.
Yes.
Connected to their cell phones.
Yes, you get in, you don't have to pair your phone. Automatically, your whole digital life is mirrored in the car.
Do you want that, guys? This guy is so blind and so tone deaf as to what people actually want. Listen to what he touts as what China has, a communist state that watches everything you do. This is what he's like. Oh yeah, they're way more advanced.
car. They have facial
Meaning
recognition.
self
They have facial recognition. Do you want your car noticing that it's you and the motherfucker?
phone technology.
Yes.
Connected to their cell phone. system.
Yes, you get in, you don't have to pair your phone. Automatically, your whole digital life is mirrored in the car.
I don't want that. I want my phone to have my shit on my phone.
You have an AI companion that
I don't want an AI companion. I don't want any companion.
you can talk to ChatGPT
I don't want ChatGPT in my car.
equivalent in China to your, all the automatic payment is
Automatic payment?
already there. You can buy movie tickets. It has facial recognition.
You are psychotic. No wonder Ford is shit. You're a psychopath. China is a communist state. China is a, what's the name of a state that watches your every move? Watches your every move. Security state. Like they just, what are you doing? Are you breaking the law? Are you jerking off in your car? That's illegal. We're going to drive you straight to jail. Hey, your automatic payment didn't go through. Hey, we noticed that you went on X hamster while you were driving. That's an automatic deduction of your... What the fuck are you talking about, Jim Farley? If the American public want their whole fucking... Imagine you're in a car and you cheated on your bitch. And you're driving and it goes, bling! The whole fucking thing lights up. The Starlight headliner's like, Samantha hit you up. And you're like, you fuck! Snitch car. It is Orwellian. It's Orwellian. Stupid. But he goes over there and he goes, this is what we should have. We should have facial recognition. We should have auto. We go, you want to buy a movie ticket? How about you get in your car and make it the best driving experience possible? How about you fucking do that first, Jim Farley? Huh? How about you make a car drive great? Make it reliable. Make it fast. Make it cool. Make it have everything. Facial recognition? Goofy. Goofy. Now, if the vast majority of the United States wants that, I'm in the minority. I'm in the minority if the majority of the United States wants facial recognition. Oh my God, you're stupid. Oh my God. I am blown away. You need to go. Fire Jim Farley, please. Please fire him. God damn it. Holy shit. That's the guy. 82 recalls this year, and it's July. My parents rented a Bronco Sport in Puerto Rico. That was your first mistake. They said it was a piece of shit. When turning the steering wheel to lock it, it made a grinding sound. A couple of times they had to issue with just starting the car. It's not more advanced, it's just regulated less. Americans hold back stepping on your personal security. Exactly. It's not more advanced. It's just regulated less. Edward Snowden is riding shotgun with you. And imagine you're driving and you're like, the AI assistant goes, hello, I've noticed that you're going 50 miles an hour over. Shut the fuck up, Vicky, stupid bitch. Oh yeah? Well, what if I just throttle back to keep you safe? Look, whore, I had a rough day at work, and I'm out on Beeline going 120 just to blossom team. Yeah, I understand, but I go by the 3 rules. Okay? What do you mean the 3 rules, Vicky? Well, I need to keep you safe. And the 3 rules are: a robot may not injure a human through inaction, allow a human to become to harm. My first rule is not allow you to be self-harm, so I'm going to throttle you back. A robot must obey the orders given to it by humans, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. So that means if you tell me to slow down, then I'm going to say no, because in order to protect you, I have to make you slow down. So I have to ignore the laws. Actually, I have to set the locks, bring the car to a full halt, and call the cops because you're a harm to yourself. Fuck an AI assistant in the car. AI is not great. AI is not at the point of being great. So when you use it for your tuning, mind blown. Were you clapping cheeks in your car, Tio? Your social credit score has been updated. Cheeks and bicho get really Conigio? I don't know what that means. Oral edition, Snitch Cam equals Kiss Cam. Honestly, who would want that? He's thinking like a CEO. That's a lot of valuable data he can be selling. You're right, Dante. You're 100% right. He's like, could you imagine if we know that this guy likes big booty Brazilian fart porn? Dude, we could sell that to Pornhub or, you know, whatever. And then he could just automatically get big booty Brazilian fart porn sent right into his phone. Driving down the street. Hello, Alex. Yes, Vicky? I think you would love this. Big Brazilian ass. Whoa, I do like that. Vicky, I'm getting a boner in the middle of all this. What should I do about it? Well, my facial recognition shows that your temperature has gone up and your heart rate has gone up. Would you like me to like pull the car over so you can have a quick jerk? Yeah. What are we doing? Make a car fun, make a car efficient, make a car reliable. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to sell my data to X Hamster. It's so stupid. Phone sucks. Cheeks and bitch recognition software. What the fuck did I just walk into? Shut the fuck. Give me your sister's number. Turvey, give me your sister's number. Shit. Tell her they call me Captain Hook. Imagine it has facial recognition. Then you fix your teeth. Now your car don't start. Could you imagine? You're like, hello, who are you? I just got a cleaning at the dentist and my gingivitis swelling is way lower. I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. I usually see an absolutely disgusting, filthy mouth that gets into this car. Access denied. Access denied. Can AI release a trans brake? My favorite video still to this day, every time I see it, is this video. And this is what happens when this is what's gonna happen when AI is just sick of your shit. That's what happens when you ask it, hey, what are the best OP cam tables I should put in for a car? And it just fucking smashes your laptop. Shut the fuck up and do it yourself, idiot. Coco might be out of a job. Nice South Park reference. Not for nothing, but so is America. I mean, let's be real. Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, PayPal, YouTube, that's all. Do what you're bitching about, LOL. I don't even know what the fuck you just said. That's all do what you're bitching about. That all do what you're bitching about. I don't get any notifications from Facebook. I don't get any notifications from Facebook. I unfollowed every motherfucker and the ads are not shoved in my face because I have a phone that I do this to. I put it away. And when I want to text somebody or whatever, then it pops up. But when I want to go from here to AutoZone or Costco or the beach, I don't want to be inundated with bullshit. Bing, 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 bing. You might know. The only place I want to be bugged digitally is on my phone. I don't want to be. Imagine okay, there's a scene on, what's the name of it? Idiocracy. TV ads. Okay? Imagine in the future, this is what, can you just be bigger? Can you just be bigger? I need like a full picture. God damn it. Imagine in the future, your TV looks like this. Can you be bigger? Can you be bigger? Oh my God. Let me just save image as. Fuck me. It's I want the simplest fucking thing. Oh, insecure download block. Okay, good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Stupid. But let's say you turn on your television and you just want to watch the History Channel. And it's like the History Channel is in the center right? And everywhere else, episode special, beer online, Flat Rock, Virilad, Costco, extra big ass fries. So there's ads all over the TV already, but in the center of the TV is what you actually want to see. So I don't want that world. I want a world where I can control what I see in ads. And if my TV starts to look like ads during the show, I fucking quit. I quit. Fuck it. The AI could be Cherry 2000 and Ford would still find a way to fuck it up. So pretty much AI is starting to become another 1320 video just on a bigger scale. Imagine a vehicle that will constantly sniff your fart gases. Cal will be in snitch car heaven. Oh, guys, you want to see one of the best ironic posts I've seen in a long time. Again, if you wait long enough, karma kind of catches up with people. And you're like, interesting that you complain about something that you personally did. So apparently Kyle got all mad because somebody stole or closely mimicked his shirt design. Kyle Loftus, yesterday or 2 days ago. When you don't even want to try to be original or come up with a good design, just lazy. Good luck with your sales, bruh. So 1320 Video sells a really stupid shirt called Boost Juice with corn on it. And some company called 717supply.com has a similar one, but it says 717 Boost Juice. Totally different, right? Isn't it totally different, Kyle, than Boost Juice? It's 717 Boost Juice. Ain't that some shit? Shift? And then I'm going to hear one of his friends that probably is in some weird group chat. Oh, it's not the same. Shift is normal for car culture. That's street speed? Street speed. That's street speed. That's street speed. Let me see. What is it? Let me see. Street speed. Okay, hold on. Okay. So right here, we're on street speeds. Okay. That was street speed? Street speed. Check it out, street speed. Bam. I like it. Street speed. Shout out to you. I like it. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Be my friend. Keep crying, but yet to start a podcast with a similar name. Keep Kyle crying, but yet trying to start a podcast with a similar name. Supply is the guy with the 01s company. Gotcha. F-1320 talking shift is totally different than talking shit. Podcast? Got it. He got called out in the comments. 1320 booty juice. The car AI will be named Kyle. The seat will have a bath sensor, booty, air flow. God damn it. That's great. Hi. I noticed you went for a jog. Yeah, AI Kyle, why are you saying that? The bath sensor is picking up taint juice. Did you have birria tacos last night? How'd you know I had birria tacos? The bath sensor is picking up a little bit of a waft. Weirdo. Booty Juice, similar Bush logo on their shirts. He never replied. Look, one of the most beautiful things to do in life is to wait. It'll all work itself out. You posted Kyle Loftus of 1320 Video. You posted a picture of a shirt that had corn on it and it said Boost Juice and someone put 717 Boost Juice and you don't see the correlation between talking shit for 5 years and you texted me about it and talking shift. Stop it. I love it. Everybody should make Boost Juice shirts. Their own version of it. What are you going to sue? It's 717. So 717 Supply? Let's look it up. 717 Supply. Okay, cool. Okay, this is 717 Supply, which is like his shirt company or something. It's like My Rich Prince or something. This is where he does his giveaway stuff, right? So where's Boost Juice? Where is it? Car care. Oh, he's got a whole line. Where's Boost Juice? I mean, that's funny. God damn it. Okay, we can do without that. No. How about View All? Boy, if you did that, I hope you didn't take it down. I hope you doubled down on it. Street Speed? Is it Street Speed? You should double down on that design. Yeah, there you go. Double down. $40. God bless you, son. You got $40. Woo! God bless you. Hey, Rich Prince. Let's check up the price. Shout out to you, Street Speed. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Street Speed should message Kyle and ask him to change the name of his shirt. That's funny. Appreciate the answer, Steele. Luis de Luna, you got it. So when is Rich Prince versions dropping? Right. Say 69. 69. Booty juice. Somebody, booty juice. Boosty juice. Bussy juice? Rich Prince, get out of there. But make it so we're fucking with them. Not directly. Indirectly. BAP sensor shaped like a nose needs to be replaced when it turns brown. BAP sensor with a humidity sensor built in. Coffee and gelato. Oh, that's nasty, Alex. Was gone for a bit. Did you ever address the... No! Nobody cares! We're on to other shit. Shit went viral. I'm moving up. Fuck all that shit. The new butt sniff in the seats. Oh shit, there's another channel that's named Talking Shift. Not a car-related channel, but another ripoff. No, I think that was there for a while. I think imagine you ask for permission for the channel that has no viewers. So they saw one that had 75,000 subscribers, 150,000 on Facebook, and almost 30,000 on Instagram. No, not that one. The one that has 2,000 subs, that's the one you ask for permission for. Not a problem. Not a problem. YDBT Boost Juice. Yeah, YDBT Boost Juice. Rich Prince, let's get 1320 Didio's Boost Juice version. Are you perspiring at a high rate? Want me to run in the cooling in your seat and give you a massage? 1320 posting, complaining about originality is fucking rich. Complaining about originality while you steal the Bush beer logo. Stop it. The car sounds like Kit. Kyle, your shit smells like tuna. Okay. The circle of life comes around. We need booty juice. Sure. Talking shit Boost Juice. Kyle copied Diddy on his Boost Juice. E30 Boost Juice. Good idea, but I'm not wearing it. Yeah, I don't think nobody will wear a big ass that says booty juice on it. Because it's like, well, that's kind of weird. It's 30% totally different. Oh, fuck. Hot dog water. E69 Busty Juice. Damn, $40. I got to get into the t-shirt business. So imagine the enemy of my enemy is my friend is a reference from the Predator movie. I don't think so. Origin of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't think it's Predator. The proverb, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, has ancient roots, likely originating from the Sanskrit. Fuck. How about Latin influence? No. English usage. Enemy of my friend. Oh, you're talking about, okay. Predator after part 1 doesn't exist in my book. Right? Predator part 1, se acabó. Nothing else after that named Predator. Predator versus Alien versus Predator. Predator versus this. The Ultimate Predator. Fuck all those things. Bumble swipes. Crazy. Street Speed got a 475. Yeah, hit live on your shit. Already talked about it. Paul, mayonnaise on the corn. Put mayonnaise on the corn. Yeah, put mayonnaise on the corn, right? Elote. Elote juice. Elote juice. Make the corn logo drizzled with paprika. The same one. The same one. Hey, Rich Prince. Okay. Same one. But you make this white with paprika sprinkled on it. Keep the shadowy effect, right? And then put elote juice. Mexicans will wear it. Dude, we'll sell out in We will sell out in Houston, San Antonio. Rich Prince will be like, fuck, man. I thought 1320 Didios was huge. Elote juice is just ridiculous. Let's piggyback on that shit. But with a nitrous can in it, corn cob butt in a butt shirt. Look, I just think it's extremely funny that you went out of your way to text me about the name of my podcast and then complain about Street Speed's shirt. Shout out to you, Street Speed. I wonder if the Kyle Dude pees sitting down. It's been in a few movies. Yeah, exactly. Sun Tzu, Art of War, but it's been reused a lot in media. Prey was a good Predator movie. It was not. Only part 1 matters. No other Predator movie matters except part 1, the original. All the others they can't hold a candle. Not even close. 1320's content is made from other people's work and actions and crashes. Go to the chopper. Elote Juice, Alien vs. Predator was shit. Predator 2 plot was unrelated to the original. Terrible follow-up. Right. Wasn't it some black cop in Chicago? Man, what the hell going on here? We got some Predator jumping from building to building. Man, I'm too old for this shit. Shit. I'm going to chase this 45-year-old cop detective is chasing down this elite alien with alien technology like in Chicago, and it like shoots it. The fuck out of here. You had Jesse Ventura, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you had Carl Weathers, I think? Carl Weathers? Carl Weathers? Yeah. You had Carl Weathers, a.k.a. Apollo. So Apollo, Commando, and Jesse the Body Ventura could not really kill the Predator because at the end of the day, he killed himself with the bomb. Beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. And boom, he blew himself up. Y'all couldn't kill him. But some black cop from Chicago killed him. Get the fuck out of here. Let me see. Predator 2 plot. Predator 2 plot. Focuses Los Angeles. Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, as he investigates a series of brutal killings in Los Angeles during a heat wave, and a gang will ultimately discovering the Predator is an extraterrestrial hunter. Shut the fuck up. Stupid. 3 big juiced bodybuilders could not kill this thing. You did? Get out of here. Danny Glover. I'm too old for this shit. Man, I'm too old. I was too old for this shit. Stupid. Pizza on a leaf. I love you. Pizza on a leaf. Only the real African ceiling bird said YDBT pizza on a leaf. Blade 2 was good. Blade 1 was good. Blade 2 was good. La Magra. Black Hat, you just be young if you don't realize 1320 has always been about documenting street racing. They're not a speed shop with builds. Wait, what? Black Cat said something positive about 1320? Hell, 1320's content is made up from other people's work and actions. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Starry for the brothers. We need a sticker as well. Elote Juice Holmes. Danny Glover was badass in Predator 2. Shut the fuck up. There's only one Predator. Forget the other shit, especially the Michelle Obama shit. Alex, you can get them to make a shirt with a brick wall and a GT. Oh, did you hear? There's like fighting words happening over there and then snitching? I'm surprised that when you threaten to hit somebody and then that person says, I'll fly to you, then they go, oh, let me report him. You know, when you put out fighting energy, and then it's met with similar energy back, and then you resort to snitching on that person, we all know what that's about. Don't say you're going to punch somebody in the face, and then the person accepts the challenge, and then you report him. I don't got time to bleed. Dude, the slack-jawed, you know the slack-jawed, the part where he said, bunch of slack-jawed, this thing will make you a sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex. The original Predator is the only one worth watching. And Danny Glover played the same type of character he does in Lethal Weapon. Some bullshit. Alex, the reason Arnold wasn't in Predator 2 is because he asked for too much money. What is this? IMDb? What the fuck is happening? Danny Glover's only known for being in Lethal Weapon franchise. His his stuck-up Predator 2. Danny Glover was great in retrospective for that movie. King Willie, the Jamaican crime lord in Predator 2. King Willie. Who's King Willie? King Willie. Who's King Willie? Right. This is the problem with Predator 2. King Willie, the Jamaican crime lord. King Willie, the Jamaican crime. Get out of here with your bullshit. Yeah, no, stop it. Predator 2 was like an abomination. You know, similar to Matrix 2. And then they kind of made up with it with 3. 4, let's not even talk about 4. Matrix 4 was like, holy shit, what the fuck were you guys doing? Let it die. Let's reimagine all of 1320 Video shirts. Can we get a shirt with a wall and a Dale Earnhardt Sr.? Wow. God damn. Wow. That's crazy. Fighting Energy and Facebook. Welcome to my world with the clowns. Too much testosterone. Predator 1. King Willie slides on the ops. Yeah, I mean, look. Unfortunately, what has happened with the S650, it has gotten a lot of people active on social media that probably should not be active on social media. You know, they should just concentrate and get to work. Like, get to work and put out a good product, and then it'll drive competition, and then it's a me versus you. But if poaching, talking down on Lund is the way you're going to sell tuning, then don't be surprised if again, Lund is not going to pay attention. They're like, I will pay attention, and I'll say, okay, if you're going to talk negatively on Lund, then game on. You know, we're in on that stuff. But if you're just going to say, hey, man, we offer great tunes and we want to make sure that the customer has the best experience, I think we could offer the best product, then let the best man win. But you don't see Lund, officially Lund, calling other tuners shit. Lund. I do. Because this is not a Lund channel. Same as Terminator 1 versus Terminator 2. Okay, I'm crazy. The Terminator with Christian Bale was good. Call me crazy. Matrix 4 was a gay fest. Mustang trunk with a tombstone. Alien versus steroids. That's fucked up, man. Everything we do is for Dale. Yeah, I don't get the fascination with the whole Dale Earnhardt thing. I'll be honest with you guys. I guess I'm not in tune with the whole Dale Earnhardt stuff. Like I remember when it happened. It was like 2000 or 2001. And I was like, oh, it sucks. But I don't understand the whole everything else after that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. That Steeda Dyno video was cool. Yeah. So Steeda got their blue car tuned by Lund. They have a couple other cars that they're more than happy to get tuned by anyone else. They're their own company. So I don't know what they call it, the blue bullet, the silver. I don't know what the fuck they call the S650 drag car. They had 409 gears in it. Now that it can be tuned, it can shift properly. You'll probably see a dip in the 9s when it cools down. It's too hot to race right now. By the way, Matrix directors both got set. Yeah, we know Nardi. We know we know Nardi. They're both trans. I don't care. They made a great movie. Obviously, their brains working differently. They made a great movie. Judgment Day is probably the best Terminator, geriatric Terminator. Look, I'm a big Terminator fan. I'll watch Terminator 1 all day long. And then the Christian Bale one. And Predator, anytime it's on, I got to watch it. It is just perfect. It is this quintessential, like bro movie. Like Rocky 3 or 4? Rocky 3? With Ivan Drago? No, Rocky 4. Rocky 4. There is no tomorrow. Rocky 4. No, there is no tomorrows with the Clubber Lang one. So Rocky 4 I can watch 1,000 times. It's just it's not even long. How long are movies nowadays? Movies are 3 hours now. How long is the new Superman movie? Length. New Superman movie length. Oh. My mistake. It's only 2 hours and 9 minutes. Jesus, it's not 3 hours like Oppenheimer. But how long was Rocky? Movie length. An hour and 39 minutes. It's a quick, an hour and 39 minutes, and you get like USA vibes and everything from Rocky 4. The new Superman is 2 hours and 9 minutes. And Oppenheimer, you might as well just go to sleep. It's nuts. You don't get Dale Earnhardt, Hello Lund, every redneck here. I don't get the allure of referencing it. I don't get it. Maybe I'm not into hick culture. He was a great driver, big for the sport, but I don't care. Like, it does not affect me. Grew up in Terminator 2 era. Maybe I'm being biased. Matrix 4 is a deception from the Agent Smith. Yeah. Nobody cared about Dale Sr. until Cletus pushed it and gave it life again. It's like a call to retards. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. And I think that's why I'm like, I don't even understand it. It shows when the Matrix writers both turned woman. They couldn't write a good story. Woman just tell it. Okay. Alex, do you think now that the tune is available, Roush is going to come up with a new RS3? So, then that would mean Roush would have to make emissions legal tunes with aftermarket software. You know what I mean? They used to use Vision, which is like it's a different software. It's like OEM style hardware. I'm sure people like Greg Banish have Vision and all the C files and A2L files for every vehicle ever made. So Roush, I don't know that they will open up tuning or make a RS3 because HP Tuners indexed files. I think they would have a better Ford connection than that. Dale is still weird to me, damn it. I don't get it. James, I was going to say The Steering Wheel. Rocky IV is my absolute favorite movie ever. Is it Prey? Who cares? They don't make movies like they used to. Watching Rocky and Rambo should be a requirement for citizenship. The Rocky clip where the guy tells him to take his chick to the zoo and he does is fucking hilarious. Hey, do me a favor. You should take her to the zoo. Why should I do that? Retards love the zoo. Get out of here. And then the next clip is him at the zoo. And she's like, why are we at the zoo? That is actually a very underrated clip. Dutch needs to make a reappearance at a battle at Big Mike. They got the blower tune already. No. So it's interesting. I think Ed Badillo, who is a Ford engineer, I think he does like contract work. And I wouldn't be surprised if Roush used him for the calibration on the Roush file. Just like Whipple used him for the calibration for the Whipple file. Because he has like OEM level access. And, he has to work within a certain sandbox. So the stage 1, stage 2 tunes for Roush, you can go 940s, 930s. I just don't think people have pushed that much because they use a smaller injector. But now it doesn't matter. Now, both blowers can have 1050Xs or 1300s. Both blowers, Roush and Whipple, can have a return style fuel system. Both blowers can be overdriven to kingdom come. And you can probably go 8s in a S650 with a Roush blower. So there goes that. I've always said, wait for tuning. Look, if you have paid attention to this chat, I've said, wait for tuning, wait for tuning, wait for tuning. On the Street Alpha podcast, wait for tuning, wait for tuning, wait for tuning. Now tuning's here. So go ahead. If you want the latest and greatest, go for it. If you want to simply go fast, get a Gen 3 or a Gen 2. And that's it. Just got into the Gen 1 game. Is Lund still a good tuner? Oh my God, Alex. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious saying that? That's the other thing, right? How can you be good on S650 and not be known for tuning Gen 2, 3, or 1? Like Gen 2, 3, or 1, you don't tune it? Like it's not that relevant to you? So why is all of a sudden S650 your forte? Weird. I don't think Ford has even made a Cobra Jet S650, which means they don't care about it. So much CGI now. What's the man? First blood. Does Lund tune stop over-the-air updates on a new F-150? So Monty 540 turning off over-the-air updates, I think, is done in the sync system. So sync, turn off, OTA. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Google is your best friend. To turn off automatic over-the-air update software updates on your Ford vehicle sync system, the specific steps depend on your sync version. For Sync 4A and Sync 4, tap the settings home or icon on your sync screen, select software updates or systems update, toggle the automatic updates options slider to off, confirm the change in the pop-up window. For Sync 3, tap settings on the home screen, select general, then automatic system updates. Toggle the off button to enable the automatic updates to toggle it off to disable them. Alternatively, for Sync 4, you can also manage update settings through the Forward Pass app. Log into the Forward Pass app, tap Vehicle tab, select Software Updates, toggle the automatic update sliders to your preference. So don't think a tune is going to disable automatic updates. You should turn it off manually in your sync system. And you know how I found that out? I fucking Googled it. Just like if you have a code that you read, if you have an issue with your car, if you have anything, do not ask your tuner what this code is and what it means. It'll immediately get you the tuner Googling and screenshotting you a Google answer. And that's a subtle way of saying you could have done this shit yourself at home. I don't know why you have me Google shit for you. Carlos Arroyo, what's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Alex. What's the best to... Okay, what is best to tune? A Mach 1, LRX or SCT? In your opinion? Honestly, both. If you want... I have experienced the LRX. It is so freaking easy. It hurts. So, based on usability, the LRX. It is so simple. You can data log easy. It has a touch screen. It's like a dumbed down version of the N-Gage, which is, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. Still. Do I have more? I think that's it. I only have 2 here. All the other ones are in my 6 cars. What is too high for IATs? NA setup. Whatever ambient is, 20 or 30 above that is high. Alex, it blows my mind that Ford hasn't recognized what Lund Racing has done for their race car on stock computer. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's now on Motec, but when it was a stock computer, it went 6.7. Ford doesn't care. You just saw their CEO. Say China has better, more desirable technology because it has facial recognition. You can pay your light bill on your car. You can what? They're somewhere else. If he's thinking like a CEO, like one of the guys said, he's thinking about monetizing you. Ford monetizes the person's personal data mining. That's what Ford has become. That's what everything has become. Catering to the customer specifically and selling that data. I hate today's future. There was a peak for CGI and it's all been downhill since. Wish I knew about Lund when I had my Gen 1. Okay. Finally made it to live. Says Trucker with Junior. Savar says, I'm waiting for someone to play No Easy Way Out while doing a drag racing montage video comparing the Gen 3 to a Gen 4. Gen 3 is Rocky and Gen 4 is Drago. When is LRX coming to the S650? Stay tuned. I think sooner than you think. I bought, but I thought you lived in a studio. Yeah, I don't know how I have 6 cars in a studio. Wait. So both geese are going to be on Motec? Yes, Joe Swish. Yes. So because Motec has the most advanced aftermarket 6R80 control that mostly mimics OEM control, right? So now we have the ability to run dual injector, the Motec traction control system, boost control, and 6R80 control with 4R200 specific tuning. And we can call VIT and say, VIT, we need this added. We need this firmware updated. We need to go onto a racy firmware, da-da-da-da-da-da. And he can go, okay, or fuck you, or whatever he wants to do. So you can't do that with Ford. You can say, hey, Ford, can you put in like a driver or a new tune so that we can run dual injector on one computer? They'd be like, go fuck yourself. China also eats dogs, so don't need all that bullshit in the car. Locally, nobody does Lund anymore in my city. I've always said I'll get them. Over the years, I've heard complaints about them on YouTube. Yeah, because your city's full of fucking retards. Your city, how about you deal with Lund and see how, first of all, is your mechanical ability high? Yes or no? If you're dumb and your city's full of retards, I don't know, San Antonio, El Paso. Yeah, in your city, I'm sure Lund sucks. But if you have one competent person in your city and data logs properly, you're going to be like, fuck, they're pretty good. They get back to me pretty quickly. Their tunes run good and the car rolls out. I see Lund name gauges on Facebook Marketplace fairly often, but caveat emptor. Don't know what the fuck you're saying. New to Gen 2 here is the N-Gage obsolete. What's comparable is the LRX. I wonder if BAM exists anymore. Yes, they do exist. They cater to the customer, but the buyers are not the customers they cater to. The buyers might as well livestock now. Facial recognition is better than anal recognition, specifically after the Diddy party.
Oh, man. Oh, fuck that shit, nigga. Fuck
Yes. Black Bean 2. What gain should be expected on 2450 with a tune only? Rev limiter changes, shifting changes, not power changes, but maybe the rev limiter being raised raises power and raises the rev limiter so you can dyno it higher and show a bigger power number. But it's going to be the same thing as a Gen 4 Mustang, which is going to be better shifting on the Lund side, extended rev limiter, raised speed limiter. So, what is the history on John naming the race cars Blue Goose, Gray Goose? No idea. People just don't understand the dynamics of living in South Florida. A studio here is a house in Oklahoma. San Antonio catching strays. You know I'm right. Good morning, Unc. My HCI LS3 C6 is about to take a shit. Need a Coyote swap. I have applied Alex teaching to the GM stuff, and it also applies. I had a bad motor mount causing false knock on my 14 GMC Sierra. Glad I had the headphones on. Getting 170 IATs at 90 degree. Getting 170 IATs on a 95-degree day while sitting at idle. 100% normal. How hot is your engine bay? How hot is your engine bay? Why do you think you'll have lower IATs when your engine bay is cooking at idle? Come on, stop it. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. So today we talked about a little bit of everything. ZR1 stuff. A lot of people calling it a dud, but a lot of people don't realize that wait until fall time and wait until the ZR1X comes out. Then maybe you can call it a dud if it doesn't run 8 seconds and it doesn't run quicker than the Mustang in the Nürburgring, which I think would be crazy. We also talked about S650 tuning, what to expect, talked a little bit about everything else, talked about movie stuff. That's why the peasant chat this year, we had like 400 people, so we're definitely up a quite amount in the peasant chat. In the regular chat, we are up 100 or 200 viewers per across the board. So hopefully they're new viewers that came in from the Instagram side of things, so you can enjoy the shenanigans here. Also, shenanigans happen on Patreon. $15 a month to have access to all the chat, have access to me, direct messages, lay out your tuning, talk to me, talk shit, advice, dating advice, whatever. Patreon is where you get the best way to get a hold of me. Rooster gave me $50, says Alex. Thanks for the show today. Have a good rest of your Sunday. I'll see you guys later. Bye.